What's up, everyone? It's Kanan.
It's Jessie.
And we are the Geeky Saying Couple. And here it is, our first video into reacting to the Volume 9 soundtrack. And as Twitter voted, we're starting it off by reacting to RWBY and dedicating a whole video to it. So, don't know what else we can say about this song that we haven't already said, though this will be us hearing the full version. And we got the bees kissing on screen with us. We're wearing our We're Already Falling t-shirts. We got our wall scroll up. So the subtitle is Bumblebee, or Bumble, however you like to say it, part 2. And you know, it really takes me back to when that first song came out during Volume 4. And the backlash it caused. There was people saying it was about the bike. There was some people saying it was just a cliche ship song that could be put to any ship in the show, despite being named after the most popular ship in the show. But then people within RWBY themselves saying, oh, it's not canon. It wasn't used in the show. It was put on the soundtrack without any of us knowing. I really wonder if that was BS.
At this point?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Why Volume 4, I'll never know. But, it's just wow, you know, it's like we've come full circle. There is also a second vocalist on this called Ariel. So, and of course Casey is on here as well. So I'm guessing Casey will be one character, Ariel will be the other. And you know, it's wild. Like, this song, of course, we were looking forward to the most. There's a few other songs I'm looking forward to. The Edge, the ending song, we've already heard all of because it was all played during the finale, but also they went ahead and released it as a single. But I also can't wait to hear the opening inside all of it. But you know, really listening to what we had heard in the show, Casey's RWBY music is way different than her father's. Which, not saying Jeff's music wasn't good, but I don't know. Casey has it's different, but it's still RWBY, you know? So yeah.
It's evolving with RWBY.
Yeah, pretty much. But from what we already heard in the show, Casey did a great job. So can't wait to listen to the rest of the soundtrack. But this video is just for RWBY. And of course, we're going to be discussing the song. We will be pausing during some parts of the song, I'm sure, because that's what we do. This is a reaction. Let's see if we can hold it together. There have only been 2 songs from all of the RWBY soundtracks that have personally made me cry. Indomitable from Volume 6 and Friend from Volume 8. And if you ever go back and watch our reaction to the Volume 8 soundtrack and we get to Friend, I could barely talk without almost sobbing. It was so sad. This is a happier kind of cry, if we cry. I'm still going to get emotional, I'm sure, but, you know, just shipping this ship for so long, and it come to this, it's really just a beautiful time. But that's enough. It's about 4 minutes, so, whew. Okay, so, if you enjoy our content, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, click that like button, leave a comment. You ready? All right, here we go. RWBY, Bumble or Bumblebee, Part 2. The confession and kiss scene. Let's go. Okay, so... okay, this is what we've heard before. We're going to be reading the lyrics as we listen. Casey singing.
Never was given a love like this.
This is Blake. It's got to be Blake because never was given a love like this. Her past alone with Adam. And like, we're led to believe that more than likely Adam was the only romance Blake had before Yang. Then of course there was Sun as well. But what, you know, I think she knows now that what she had with Adam was not love, but never was given a love like this. This is usually something you could say when you really meet that true love.
I mean, yeah.
Were you?
That's kind of a personal touch here.
Well, yeah, because you definitely had more boyfriends than I had girlfriends. So,
but I've also been in several abusive relationships,
well, yeah.
So
Well,
I wouldn't have felt what I felt for you,
Yeah.
anybody else. So that's a personal touch there.
So yeah, this is. I think we can go ahead and kind of assume Casey is going to be Blake, while Ariel is Yang. Okay.
A parachute falling with no fear of hitting the ground.
Okay, there's the whole thing going with falling.
Hitting the ground.
Oh wow! Did the one in the show have drums? I don't remember. I was losing it there. I was losing there in that part. This is Blake.
And suddenly I did too.
Let's make it low.
While the world was dying, didn't know how to know.
This sounds different, so I'm thinking this is Ariel, so this is Yang. Didn't know how to lose you again. Okay.
Hands down, heart wide. I've only ever known the fight, but I'll catch you this time.
But I'll catch you this time. Oh.
I'll never let you
Oh, come
out of my sight. Unguarded, I surrender to a softer side. I loved you till the end of time.
I'll love you till the end of time. This, you know, people can interpret what they want to interpret from the songs from RWBY. For me, that's confirmation that Blake and Yang were, you know, even if Barbara, Aaron, and Carrie and everyone hadn't said what they already said, to me, that's confirmation that Blake and Yang were always meant to be together. They're soulmates, and they're gonna stay together.
Kiss me, hold tight. I'll never let you out of my sight.
Oh, here we go. It's taking me back. Talking gibberish this time.
For everything I
song is perfect.
Now I know, can't you see you could be with me, with every smile you dream. I love you.
Oh, I held it together pretty well. You didn't, did you? Oh, oh my gosh. So there's one part of this, like, that is perfect to their story. Like, you know, see me for everything that I am, and uh you know, that is exactly, let me exit this out. This is exactly where I can't even put in the words. See me for everything I am. You don't run away, no matter the mistakes I made. It's here. You'll stay. It's just, that's their story. That's like been their story from, like, maybe not from the 100% the beginning, but at least since volume 3. You know, Blake left and Yang fell into that depression, and like even the mistakes that Yang has made, like we still don't even know if Yang has told even Blake about Raven, you know. And if that will cause issues later, because maybe Blake will feel hurt that Yang didn't tell her. Which, you know, I've said in the past that, you know, that's Yang's mom. Even though after everything Raven did, you know, Yang still feels some kind of obligation to protect her. But after what we saw at RTX and Raven being the one that brings them to into the city of Vacuo, we might have some conversations in volume 10. I almost said volume 9. But
I honestly think if, you know, even if Yang hasn't told Blake yet, Blake's obviously going to understand. Like, at this point...
Like, I would like to think Blake probably will understand.
Yeah,
but...
like, because Blake would probably do the same for her mom. Like,
yeah.
She would do the same thing. Regardless of how she feels about
also,
her, she would do the same thing.
Also, remembering how many secrets Blake used to keep to protect others.
Yeah, she's not gonna hold something. Like, she's not gonna turn around and do, like, a reverse and hold it against Yang. It's not in Blake's character to do that. So, it wasn't in the beginning, like, to hold something against somebody else.
Well, Blake's whole story in volume 4 and 5 was forgiveness.
Yeah, so there'd be no reason.
Yeah, we're going down a plot hole that may not even exist.
I know, but I'm just saying, so if that is the thing, I really don't think
I think it would be interesting if Blake has a discussion with Raven about Yang. But, you know, it's volume 10 is going to be a ride just because of things we know now, like the fact that Raven comes back and is the one that, like the fact that Raven does that and is...
we definitely need a flashback, because I want to know what led her to...
Well, I think it's because she learned, like...
I want to know, like, where she saw it and heard it, because obviously we don't know, like, if she was with her tribe,
well, doesn't because of her semblance, can't she tell if she loses the connection to somebody that her semblance has her tied to?
I don't know. That's the one thing we don't really know enough yet.
I mean, if so, then she knew, and she's probably been desperately... Like, I could just picture Raven, like, staying up all night, trying every waking hour to find Yang, and then boom, finally finds her, shows up in the desert, takes them to the city. Like,
the only thing I can think of is, like, she heard something, saw something, heard something from Ty, from Crow, something, and with them being gone, she tried to go to Yang and couldn't because she
Well,
like
this is becoming a Raven video.
you
This
get
is...
but you get what I mean. Like, I think something happened to where she tried to open her portal and it didn't work. So that
Well-
would have led to a panic.
Well,
Because I'd love to have her to have a conversation with Blake though, because maybe we might find out something else.
what I want is I want Yang to meet Callie and Gira.
That too.
I want all that fan art to come true where Gira goes, Blake, I like her. You know, like I want that so much. Ever since Aaron said that Gira would like Yang more than he likes Sun, I've been all for it.
We need to see it.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm sure we will, but
Well, I think they're evacuating. It showed Ilya seeing the message. The whatever this new version of the White Fang is, that the new movement that Blake's father started, I think they would be there. But
it makes sense with all the ships.
Yeah, but I personally think this is the most beautiful love song in all of RWBY. I think it's because like it has that heavenly feeling of what true love really is. And, you know, like I said, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You're never going to convince me otherwise. Blake and Yang is the best slow burn romance ever. It has every archetype that follows long-term storytelling. Long-term booking, as wrestling term would
That's
say.
what was coming to mind.
But
that's the same thing in wrestling. That's storytelling.
yes, and you don't force it. You don't just have characters meet and in a couple more episodes or by the end of season 1 they're together. Legend of Korra did that, and look how Makora went. Yeah. But like, and that's no hate on Legend of Korra. I love Legend of Korra, but book 1 was rough in a lot of ways. But I just love that they went from total strangers to partners to friends to best friends, then having that time away. Trust me, 2 people who used to have a long distance relationship, abstinence does make the heart grow fonder, to reuniting, rebuilding that relationship. I think they already knew, but I think in beating Adam, it really brought it to the surface. To realizing that you're in love with your best friend is not only a wonderful feeling, it's also terrifying. Because you're scared that if you do something, you're going to ruin what you already have. That's, I think, was the whole point of Yang's It's Like a Cliff. And if she does it, she's just going to fall. Yang, as RWBY said at RTX, Yang dances around her emotions. And it's still deeply set in Raven leaving. Like, they have really got a good storyline going on when it comes to Raven finding them and her and Yang reuniting after Volume 5. But, you know, Yang was scared to death that if she admitted that she's had these feelings for Blake, that it could either ruin their friendship or Blake not feel the same way, which... Read the room, Yang. Blake was very obvious for the last few volumes.
You said something before, like you weren't sure why they put Fumble on 4.
Well,
but if you no, I was gonna say you made a point. You had said like probably since the end of 3, where things really started to show and connect. That would make sense that it would end up in the 4 volume, because that's when we saw the separation, the things started getting said, so it kind of, I don't know, to me it kind of makes sense.
It was just very odd placement.
It wasn't odd placing, but like what you said though, it kind of does make sense. You saw the bits and pieces like going through the end of 3, And then 4, when they separated, that's when you started hearing,
Like maybe
the conversations.
like
and stuff.
maybe it would have made more sense for it to be on, say, Volume 7, maybe, or something like that. But Volume 4 to me was just an odd placement because they were apart. And this is back in the day when people were theorizing when Blake and Yang saw each other again that Blake and Yang were going to fight, that Yang was going to attack Blake for leaving. That would have made her no different than Adam. So I don't know why that was ever a theory.
I mean, like I said, I get it's odd placing, but the other point you made, I can see
Yeah.
why that would have been, why that type of song would be put there.
They did it to test the waters.
I mean, it wasn't gonna happen either way, but
Yeah, I know. But I'm sure that's something I'm sure that's went through someone's mind. But I'm shocked I didn't cry. But I think it's just that I cried enough in our reaction to the point where I was just speaking gibberish to the point. Like if you watch Jess, she goes like this. Like, what is wrong with you?
I didn't understand. Like, my brain's reacting, and then hearing this over here, I'm just like
I almost lost
what is wrong? What are you even? I didn't understand what he was saying.
I could tell with as quiet as you were being that you were losing it.
Yeah, that's the end. If you guys have noticed in any of our videos that I do start crying, I just turn red and just start bawling. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get loud.
I do.
But I've always been that way. Like, I'm the silent weeper, I guess you'd say. I get very emotional, but I'm very quiet about it.
But like it's still kind of hard to tell when who was singing. I still say Casey always gets these female vocalists who sometimes sound like her, so it's hard to tell them apart. But definite lyrics you could tell was definitely certain characters. Like we went over earlier with it being what was it? Let me pull a page that's just got the lyrics. Never was given a love like this. That's definitely a Blake line. Didn't know how to not lose you again. That's, like this song is the perfect allegory to their entire romance story. Like, really, it is. But I mean, of course, there's other great songs out there. Like, I still say Wings is a Bumblebee song. I think it's from Yang's point of view. And I think she's talking about Blake. Because there's a lot of things in that song that relates to Yang. And the fact that an instrumental version of Wings was played when they reunited in Volume 5. All That Matters, Nevermore, Treasure, which I do think is from Blake's point of view. I think it was kind of a answer to All That Matters. And now this. And I still think the upbeat song in Volume 7, it sounded like it should have been played in the club. They played
Celebrate?
I think, like, they played it at Robin's, like...
it was Celebrate.
Yeah, like, they played it at Robin's, like, voting thing, and, like, that just does not fit what this song is about, so I really do think...
It was during Nora's whole thing, so...
I really do think that maybe at one point we were going to get to see Blake and Yang out dancing, and I really think that's where that song really would have fit. But sadly, we didn't get that. We've been robbed twice now of Blake and Yang dancing together. Yeah, we got that little bit in Volume 2, but we got the end of it. And
yeah, it was just the end of it. But I mean...
And then they tease us in Volume 7. Didn't even get to see it.
But, I mean... with the things that Nora said when they're playing, I think that was just kind of like, okay, well, you're not going to see them dancing at a club, but here's your comparison that this is playing during. So
I think what Nora said
it connected to that really well. So it does make a lot of sense looking back now.
But this song is beautiful. Like, it's probably my favorite song on the soundtrack already. We haven't even listened to the full soundtrack yet. But the real part 1 of the why am I holding my light remote? The part 1 of our actual full reaction to the soundtrack will be, this will go up on Monday, so it'll be on Wednesday. Don't know how many parts it'll be. I haven't looked at. I haven't scaled the entire track list yet to see how many we need to separate. But so yeah, hope you enjoyed it. This was our little reaction and discussion of the full version of Worthy Bumble or Bumblebee Part 2, however you want to pronounce it. Blake and Yang's confession and kiss song. You know, every soundtrack. Oh, this is a Bumblebee song. No, it's this character. Can't deny it this time. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, click that like button, leave a comment, share it around. You know, it's a great time. Anyway, guys, this is Kanan.
This is Jessie.
We love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.